NPC.
Poor friends.
What'd you say about something, Kate?
This is a place for
hello.
introverts,
What's wrong with being an introvert?
So many things.
not
Welcome
friends and socializing.
to the 56th? 7th? To the 57th
206.
We'll do the
NPC
7th
Mates
next time.
Something. I'm your host's wife, Missy.
Host's wife.
The host's wife? Or
Yeah,
the host
I'm
wife?
the host's wife.
Just the host wife.
What the fuck?
I'm the side bitch and the main bitch.
Just a bitch.
I'm the bitch. All right, look, I'm in charge of today's podcast. Sorry in advance. Me and Kane, as the owners of this establishment,
Didn't watch the
decided
movie?
to make everyone else watch the movie, and we didn't do it because we've been watching Supernatural. So,
I didn't know we were watching it.
oh, okay. Kane didn't know how to read the group chat this week.
Wait. Podcast was on a Tuesday, but I didn't know I had to watch the movie. Wait a sec.
Because she said to me that we were just going to be doing the Reddit stuff.
Nuh-uh.
You did.
Nuh-uh.
That's what you told me.
Nuh-uh.
But it's a Tuesday.
outing her.
Podcast is on
Do
a
that on the subreddit.
Tuesday.
Look, all we know is Kane fucked up.
Fuck you.
So, to my left, we have Martin,
Meh.
who agreed with me and says Kane is to blame, so he is a good boy. In front of Martin is Aaron, who sassed me a little bit, but did bring a very complicated coffee order, so he is also a good boy. And then next to me is the husband, and he naughty boy. Wink. Alright, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've made a list. We are not reviewing a movie tonight. We are, in fact, reviewing the internet and all the stupid people on it.
We're reviewing the internet.
So,
Now it's picking up all of those noises.
so
it
Aaron's
isn't.
finally
Those
getting to
statics
review
cannot be
porn.
taken out.
For anyone hearing weird sounds, Aaron is peddling.
My merchandise.
Look, we'll talk about merch when we have more than 3 listeners. All right.
What, we
We've
have
got 3
three?
listeners now.
I don't know.
I was going to say,
we
it's
average
more than
like
one.
20.
Right. Just
pretty
because
good.
Jamie listened to it 3 times, it doesn't count as 3 listeners.
All
I don't
right.
think he
So what we are going to talk about today is coming from various sources such as Reddit, Twitter, and a lot of Facebook groups that I am personally in. A few of the Facebook groups explicitly have in their rules not to take posts from there. So I will
We're not
be,
taking the post.
I will be mentioning no names. I will be showing no screenshots. We are just taking some situations, pretending they're
We're here to make
hypothetical.
fun of other people's lives.
Can we talk about the fact that, like, she said that we're taking no screenshots?
Yeah, I was wondering how she was
What-
going to do that in a...
What would we do
audio
with them
thing.
if you did take a screenshot?
No. Look,
Who would you show?
I'm
Us?
just okay. In girl groups, it's a very serious offense if you let your significant other look over your shoulder and read the girl group post because it's no males allowed.
Oh,
It
no.
doesn't even make any sense. How do you find this group? How do you find the group and be able to read anything?
Well, the difference would be that as a girl, I'm allowed to read the posts, right?
Yeah, but how do you get to read any of the posts if you're not a member, if they're hidden from everyone?
You can't. You have to get invited or find it. Yeah. Look.
Do not talk about Fight Club.
Do not talk about girl club. All right, we're going to start off with something. Actually, what was the other one? Okay, starting off with something not quite relationship related. I was recently in a group and contemplated leaving it because
Get to the point.
I just started.
This is run by a female. We're going to be here
Stop.
for hours just waiting for the startup.
A lot of people will post screenshots of someone harassing them, okay? So it will be someone like hitting on them and then not taking rejection well, or just constantly sending them insults or something. And a lot of the time the people will post the screenshots and it's 10 pages of back and forth, right? So a lot of the comments are like, how come you don't just block them? Like, if they're upsetting you so bad that you're now like suicidal or depressed, just block them, okay?
The fuck?
So, the admins of the group then released a post saying, if your advice to someone being harassed is to just block them, leave this group. That is not the kind of advice we give out. If someone doesn't want to empower their harasser by blocking them, and make them think that they've won. They shouldn't have to. It's not as easy as just blocking someone. You don't know the circumstances. Anyone telling someone to block the harasser will now just be removed.
Uh-huh. How is blocking someone empowering them? You're taking away their power.
Yeah.
that's
They
what I was
can
just
no
thinking.
longer contact you.
Yeah.
So
So,
wait, all right. Let's see it from the other side.
yeah.
What if they feel good about it?
Getting blocked.
Yeah.
Well, then they got mental problems.
Yeah, then you should feel sad for them because they have problems.
But they're happy.
No,
Does-
no.
Are they not the winner then?
No, but when you
No,
see... When you
no,
see
they're
girls,
the loser at life.
Yes, very much so.
Why? They still can be successful in life.
No, it doesn't matter if they think they're successful or they're financially successful. They're mentally warped. So
No,
they're
but it's just this
ultimately
one
they're
thing.
the loser.
Just this one thing.
They're
That is
still the
something-
loser.
that's
They're
the
a
basic
troll
thing.
that likes to piss off people. They
And
achieve
trolls
that,
don't like to be blocked.
but they like to piss off people.
They want to keep pissing off.
I know. I know what you mean. Like a normal troll wants to. You want keep feeding them. They want to keep going back.
They
and
may
forth.
have a brief moment of like, ha, but then ultimately they've just wasted that avenue of trolling.
I do think there are a bunch of people
That's from
out
us
there whose
thinking
goal is to get
normally.
blocked, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to piss her off until she blocks me.
Yeah. And then when they get blocked, they're like, "Ha! I win."
But what I don't like, and what creates the problem for me, is I will see women, like, back and forth with a guy for, like, endless messages, right? They'll try and be sassy, they'll make jokes, they'll insult them, and then afterwards they're like, I'm literally shaking, girls, I'm so traumatized. I can't believe how he talks to me and, like, called me names. She's literally calling him, like, all the names under the sun and being really aggressive and, like, I'm going to tell your mum and blah, 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 right? And then we'll be like, I can't believe he spoke to me like this. I'm shaking. I feel so violated. And it's like, why didn't you block him? I shouldn't have to. If I want to defend myself, I'm allowed to. And it's like, okay, but you know it's the internet. And you know that you've got two options. You can block the people that are stressing you out. Or
You don't
you
even
can
have to
stop.
block them. Just don't even
open it, yeah.
reply.
Or you can not go on social media. And I just think, like, if you're not willing to do either of those things, stop crying about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the people that post special effects makeup for Halloween and they post trigger warning, pictures in the comments, like, if you don't like blood and stuff, don't look. And then someone will go into it and go, I didn't know there were going to be fake bruises. It reminds me of when my partner used to beat me. I'm really triggered right now. And the admin's like, I'm so sorry, we're going to change it. So now if there's bruising in any of the artwork, you have to add trigger warning bruising.
So it's just a big list of warning.
I hate trigger warnings, and my personal belief is that unless it's something so intense, you know, like, obviously I think suicide is a fair trigger warning, rape is a fair trigger warning, abortion, really intense things. But if you're trying to trigger someone for saying, like, okay, the amount of groups where they censor men and it's like asterisk N,
What the hell?
What does that mean?
like, so you
Like
can't
cutting out the
say
A.
man or men. You have to censor
Oy.
men.
Wait, what?
You
Why?
have to censor it because
It's triggering.
men are disgusting.
Females are too sensitive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was waiting for an abusive comment from you for a sec
No,
there.
no, I'll accept it on behalf of all the dumb
You
bitches
know,
out there.
the guy who thinks he wins from being blocked doesn't seem so bad anymore, does he?
Look, I think, like, because I've had a bunch
all these
of
people are losers at life.
like, okay, since being in a proper, you know, long-term relationship, I'm not getting as many creepy messages as I used to, which is sad because some of them were funny. I did have this weird guy find me
What are you single people doing
existing.
that justify all these creepy messages? Oh, what
You
the
just
fuck?
have to exist on the internet. Like, if I have a picture of myself and it's just me as my profile picture, I can comment on a news post or something, right? And I'm usually posting jokes or sarcastic things because that's just my personality. And people will message me, like, random dudes from all over the world and be like, oh my god, you're so funny and like so right. And oh my god, has anyone told you should do modeling? Ha ha ha, kidding, but are you single though? And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, can I not even post somewhere? And for starters, like, oh my god, what was that guy's name? I had a weird man from... He lived in Australia.
Was it Chris?
Yeah,
Christian?
Christopher.
Christopher.
He lived in Adelaide, and he found me in a depression food group meal, right? So you post sad meals. he finds me, messages me and goes, "Oh, can I talk to you about something? I'm really down." He proceeds to talk about his work and how he's very stressed and stuff, right? Then he says, "Oh, do you model?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Have you thought about modeling though? Like, you've got a really good face for modeling." And I'm like, "Are you hitting on me?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Sorry if I was too forward." And I'm like, "Well, it's only forward if you're hitting on me. And if you're not hitting on me, then we don't have an issue." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm definitely not." Then he goes, "I'm working so hard, blah, blah, blah. I've saved up $5,000. And I'm like, "Cool."
So are you single?
So then he goes,
Not hitting on
then
you,
he
though.
goes, "I can see that you're in a relationship." And I'm like, "Yep, happily married." And he goes, "That's so nice." Anyway, I've been wanting to treat myself because I've been working so hard for so long. I'm going to buy myself something. Can I tell you what it is? And I'm like, "Yeah, if you want to, I guess." Like, what is this conversation? And he goes, "But are you open-minded?" And I'm like, here we go.
Body pillow of you.
So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm open-minded, but it depends on the circumstances." And he goes, "Oh, so you're not open-minded then?" And I'm like, just say whatever creepy thing you're going to say. Like, so he proceeds to tell me that he's going to spend his money on OnlyFans. And I'm like, And he's like, "Yeah." So then he goes on to ask a couple of weird questions. And I'm just like, "Yeah,
Are
no."
you on OnlyFans?
Yeah, basically. And so I'm like, "Look, this is not an appropriate way to speak to someone that you've already acknowledged is married.
Yeah.
Like, you messaged me in a depression group to reach out for help, and then you just proceeded to be inappropriate." And he's like, "Oh, no, I didn't mean to. Sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I have Asperger's. I don't know how to react to social situations." And I'm like, "Oh, honey, that's cute. My brother has Asperger's, and he's not harassing random women and bragging about
That you know
OnlyFans."
of.
Well, trust me, I know. But anyway, he was fun. So then I blocked him and reported him to the group and just said this little nugget is creeping people
He's a
out.
deviant.
Yeah, but when you think about, I had nothing to do with that guy. It was purely that he found me in a group and reached out to me. This happens to girls all over the world every single day. So I can understand how these groups have come about. That being said, the mentalities of women in there brings me to my first real topic for the day, which is, how do you guys feel? Obviously, you're all in long-term relationships, married. There are Facebook groups out there that specifically are to teach girls how to snoop on their partner's phones, emails, computers, etc., without getting caught, and how to determine if your partner is lying to you. So a lot of these women have been cheated on previously, or their current partner has cheated on them. And they'll say things like, "He tells me that he doesn't have an OnlyFans account, but if I go to OnlyFans on his phone, like, it's saved there in the toolbar," or, you know, all that kind of thing. And there are tips that are like, "Oh, girls, if you want to know if your partner's on OnlyFans, try and sign up with his email. If it lets you, then he's not a member. If it says
Isn't that
login,
clever?
he's a member."
Yeah.
Really clever.
There's also, like, here's something
But
you can
would,
do.
yeah, you do realize some websites will still just accept it and not send anything. That's not like it may work for this site. I don't know, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will work at every site.
Yeah.
In fact, you can some sites like try to recover a password, and I put my email in and then got no recovery email, and then it turned out that I'd never signed up.
Yeah.
But it didn't even tell me that. I'm like constantly trying. I keep trying to recover my password. I'm like, I don't have an account with me. But it didn't tell me.
There's so many sites that you log, like you got
Yeah.
accounts on, and you're like, I must have one for this.
Yeah.
I know of this site.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Well, it's just...
What do I think of it?
Well, yeah, and, like...
I think it's
What, the group
fine.
telling people how to get around it?
I have no problems with the information.
Yeah.
I think it's dodgy to implement it on someone you're supposed to trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think if you can't trust them, you shouldn't be with them.
Yeah, like,
Simple.
It is, isn't it?
just reminds me of that fucking ad with the
meerkat?
meerkats.
Yeah,
Simples.
I think
That's what you need the post in.
my problem with it is mostly, like, all of these women, especially the ones that'll be like, "Can someone please message my husband? I feel like he's chatting to other girls. Can you hit on him, please, and see if he messages you back?" Okay? And every time I see this, the girls are like, "Yeah, get him, sister. Woo, like, fuck him up." Okay? All I can think is like, okay, so you're telling me your life story. You've been together for 6 months. He's cheated on you 14 times. You love him and you want to get married. And it's like, You've caught him cheating. He has nudes and porn of another girl on his phone, and he's covered in hickeys. But you want a girl to message him and hit on him just in case, so you've got some evidence. And it's like, this is
The
what it
hickeys
literally
weren't the
feels
evidence
like.
enough. He's like, I did it myself. Just see how flexible I am.
He's like, I put dog treats on my neck and I spent time with the dog. Look, I just think...
Isn't OnlyFans just like a user-created porn site? I don't know. Like, what is it?
It's
I guess.
basically...
Specifically, like,
That's what it's used
why is that any different than them going to, like, Pornhub or something?
That's what I always say. But explain.
So, I guess a lot of people literally say, don't care if my partner uses OnlyFans. We look at stuff on there together. It's chill. And then a lot of people are like, my partner's on
Now,
OnlyFans.
if they're paying for stuff, that's no different than paying for porn anywhere.
yeah.
And that makes them, like,
Weird.
But we have seen, like, I've seen a bunch of girls who are like, my partner says he doesn't have OnlyFans. I just found out that in 3 months he spent $1,000 on there, right? And that came out of our savings.
That's
a whole
different
range
issue.
of issues.
That's regardless
That's a
of
lot
what
of
he
money.
spent it
I
on.
know,
That's
that-
$1,000 spent that
Yeah.
they didn't know about.
But a lot of girls
That's
will
a lot
take
of
it
money.
as don't lie, obviously, and then go
Yeah.
on OnlyFans. But the biggest problem
But
that
what's the
girls
difference
have,
between them doing that and then spending it on scratchies
Well, no.
or playing the pokies?
but a
or-
lot
Hey,
of
scratchies make way more sense.
a lot of the time though, they know the girls, so they'll be like, "Oh, I don't care
They
if you go on-"
personally know the
They know
girls.
them, so they'll be like, "I don't care."
That's
if
awesome.
You,
All right, you
if
said
you
a lot of the
watch-
time. I feel like it is not a lot of the time.
No, but I would say it's close to half. When you see the girl,
Half the time.
when you see
They
the
know
girl
them.
comment on there and say, I'm more upset because not only does he follow her and buy her nudes, they went to high school together and still catch up occasionally.
Isn't that just like Jamie, like, spending money on, like, Kane's Twitch account?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's support.
not
And that's
quite.
the way I always
Supporting your friends.
Look,
Yeah, I don't even look at the needs. Seriously, she's not that good. But hey, I went to school with her. I feel like I should help.
is it outing someone to say that one of your friends has literally
Look.
said they'd buy my OnlyFans if I had
If
it?
any of my friends did OnlyFans, I would support them. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Even the guys, like,
That's like,
That's what I'm
imagine...
talking about.
Okay, so imagine...
Would I tell them what I think? Of course.
Martin's pregnant wife has an
Less spreading,
OnlyFans,
please.
okay? It's a pregnancy kink OnlyFans. And
I'm
you're
disturbed.
like, I'm just going to subscribe because I want to support them. They've got a new baby coming. I just want to be supportive. Oh, look, pussy. Like, no, man. That's not how the fuck that happens.
why?
Why?
No.
Sorry, man. I can't support your wife.
No, that's fine.
I'm just gonna have to give you cash in hand now.
Look,
Send me your Dropbox.
there's something that's like uncomfortable about knowing that your partner wants to see people you know naked, I guess. It always feels better if it's strangers, because if it's like, if he's following someone and they're interstate and there's basically no chance of them ever running into each other, it's like, yeah, cool. But there is always this feeling of like, yeah, but he actually knows this girl.
What is the chance of actually knowing someone? How many people could actually be contributing content to OnlyFans? The
It's
chance that
growing
you know
quite-
someone. If you said 10 million people are contributing to OnlyFans right now,
Yeah.
what is the chance of you knowing one of those 10 million people in the world?
Do I look like I
All
know
right.
science?
I guess. All right. For people
I'm in
just
math.
on.
And if you know one, what's the chance of you knowing two?
Oh no, definitely. I'm just saying.
Like,
on
and what's the chance of them being attractive
Twitter.
enough that you actually care
on
that
Twitter,
they're on there?
out of my Twitter, like people that I follow, 3 of them started OnlyFans.
All right, but do you know them personally?
No, I do not. But I'm just saying
Then what is
that
it- what
might
is-
be taken as a way of like that's already close. Like
Oh,
you
what
can-
the fuck off?
So...
If you've never met them in real life, they're not real friends.
But
No.
here's the thing that I feel sus with, okay? When, like, because a lot of it is grey areas and depends on your relationship. But when you see girls that are like, yeah, so he used to be dating this girl and then she broke up with him and he's always tried to stay friends with her. Now we're together, but she started an OnlyFans and now they talk on OnlyFans and he gives her money every month. I feel a bit weird about it. And it's like, yeah, because he's being fucking weird and messaging her. Like,
How much money are we talking?
it's
How
all
much does it cost?
custom.
So
It's custom.
here's a paragraph that I just found about it. It's got the paragraph saying, since launching in September 2016, OnlyFans has paid out more than $1 billion to creators. According to the company, the service
Yeah, that would
currently
add up easy.
has 50 million registered users and 700
How many of them are actually kind?
700,000 content creators.
Yeah,
I do-
700,000. 700,000.
But I
Not even
think-
1 million people. How many could you know?
I think that article is from before Corona because I'm serious, once Corona hit,
God bless Corona.
I'm in a group called Slutrepreneurs, and it's all women
What
that
you weren't
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to say.
This
they're
is
in online sex work.
okay. So this is before Corona.
Yep.
Because this is August 26th of August 2020.
The amount of people in the groups I'm in who are like, I've lost my job, Corona's shit, I've now decided to start OnlyFans, how do I do it? It's crazy. Like, it's so many girls. And a lot of them are like, damn it, I've made like $30. But I saw a girl in this group.
$30.
I saw a girl in this group who started a year ago and had just made $100,000.
All right, I'm in.
So
What do I
there's
gotta do?
75 million total registered users right
It's
now.
insane.
I don't know how many of them are content creators right now.
But the
It's like
ones
being
that,
born a woman as a
like-
cheat code for making money.
if
It
you
is.
if you search for OnlyFans as a hashtag on Twitter, it'll be literal just nudes.
I don't even
like,
use Twitter.
porn, like just straight up porn. People will be like, here's me doing anal, go to my OnlyFans for more. And it's like, we just saw your colon. Do we actually need to go and pay you for more? Like, no.
Dude, you need to see a different scene.
No.
Different angles.
It's like
Perspectives.
it's like when you watch action movies. Arnie's playing the same fucking character. I just want to see him on a different set.
Can you imagine Arnie porn?
Yeah, I can.
Especially because he has pet
And I'd
miniatures.
pay
If he's
for
got
it.
an OnlyFans,
Yeah.
I'd pay for it.
The amount of OnlyFans men ones I would subscribe to. My
I'm not.
God.
What I really don't get is that don't people just one person pays for it and then shares it everywhere?
Oh yeah, people are
Yeah.
scummy, but that typically only happens with the really big creators.
Yeah.
If it's just some girl that your partner went to school with, it's a bit different. Like, no one's buying her nudes for $30 and then sharing them. Or if they are, you can't find them.
There
So
is
that's
sites,
the
though, that
thrill
do.
is like you're seeing someone only 30 other people are seeing.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's
Hey.
the beauty of it. It's kind of like a lot of people will sell a nude picture for $20 to $50 or sometimes more, depending.
Yeah.
And it'll literally be like, give me $20, I will personally take a custom image for you. It is just for you. You're the only person getting it.
They
Dudes
better
love
be
that.
fucking photographers and like the best lighting. I'm not paying $20 for some shit.
But I've seen
selfie.
girls that look like they took the photo on a webcam from the early 2000s. They're charging $100 for it, but because they're in a costume, the guys are like, oh, fuck yeah, give me 9 more. Like, it's weird.
Give me 9 more pixels.
It's like spell out my name. It's like MIC. Like, it's great.
So yeah, at the start of December, they hit 1 mil. 1 mil content creators.
That's still
Yeah,
nothing.
it's not as many as I thought.
All right. How many are doing it is not as high, I think, but the idea of how many people are interested in it.
Yeah.
How many
I'd
people are
say more than
registered?
like anything else to do with just. There's probably more people interested in getting into OnlyFans percentage wise than people just going into Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
Which is far easier.
I saw a girl who was like,
Is it? You don't need sets.
Like I've had
No.
so many friends
You don't
post.
need clothes.
It's true.
You don't need anything.
I've had heaps of friends
So
just
cheap.
say, "Should I do OnlyFans?"
Really?
Yes. So
Like
the
seriously
idea
or
is-
joking?
Both.
Nah.
You can't tell in that point.
What's the percentage of men to women ratio? Is there at that
Less than one are probably men.
1% or one man?
Just one man.
there's one man.
One man.
One men.
One fucking
Yeah,
one
it's
asterisk man.
censored.
He's got so many subscribers because there's
Look.
only one man on there.
I like the point of OnlyFans, I suppose. The fact that girls are able to...
I don't think you do.
No.
It doesn't seem like. It's like I love the fact that a woman can be empowered and sell herself for herself, with no one else pushing her to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want my man looking at it.
I guess...
What does that mean?
No, but I guess
what
for
men are
me-
allowed to look at it then?
For me
Single only.
personally, if I think
And no
about...
one I know.
If I think about if Kane was trying to go on OnlyFans, right? My personal feelings would be I'd feel a bit weird about it because OnlyFans is a very personal thing where the content creators will message the person personally and send them custom things. And the idea of forming a weird, like, sexual connection with someone that isn't me, like, I'm not a fan of that. But if Kane was just casually subscribed, like if he was just paying a couple of bucks a month to see someone's photos, I'd be like, okay, it's no
is that
different.
purely pay? Is
It's
there
pay.
no free?
No, you can
Well,
have
they
free
can
ones.
post if they want.
So you could make an account and be like, it's free to subscribe to me.
Yeah.
But if you want custom stuff, you got to pay this. Or if you want videos, you got to pay this, right?
Okay.
Or you can be like, right, it's $5 a month to follow me, and I post 10 nudes a month. You know, like it's all.
I have problems paying $5 a month for extra iCloud storage.
I just
I only
think
just started up doing the extra iCloud storage.
What was that?
I only just started doing the extra iCloud storage.
I need it. I need it too. I got to back up my phone badly.
yeah.
If I lose my phone,
Wait,
oh.
this is completely off topic, but just quickly, how many photos do you guys have on your phone?
Couple.
So
How many of them are relevant? I don't know, but I can tell you how many photos I have.
How do you tell?
you go to gallery and it should show you the albums. Your phone's just there. Oh, sorry. So I want to see if anyone's got me beat.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Probably don't.
Nah, you probably got everyone beat.
Because I
Where does
thought
it tell you?
in your gallery, maybe.
Whereabouts in gallery?
Mine just says it on each album.
I will just go settings. General.
So how many do you have? So you have 1,600 roughly,
Storage.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kane's got 1,600. I saw
Where does it tell you that?
I just went to albums.
I saw a friend
Where you
complaining on
find my camera
Facebook
and go to all-
and saying that she had
And
like
find the
2,000
albums
and she was like, oh my
scroll
god,
to
I
the
need to
top a
clear
little.
my phone. And I was like, let me check mine. Oh fuck.
The top left one.
No, I've got
Whatever has the most one.
crap all.
Recent
I can't find it
Is
exactly.
9,103.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Favorites is 55. Snapchat
But
218.
I'm guessing you're like me, and this
FaceApp
is like
58, WhatsApp
literally
460.
all the photos you've had with just being with Apple, probably.
Actually, I
Yeah.
think most of my photos are saved on SD cards
Yeah.
and USB sticks, not on my devices. So.
No, it fits
So
on there, so just leave it.
I've
I'll
got.
just keep getting a bigger phone.
I've got 300 Facebook ones. And then I've got 87 downloads. Then I got 60 on Instagram.
Just tell us your biggest.
No, so I'm getting there, right? So that's a couple of hundred just in off folders. Then on Snapchat, I got 500. In screenshots, I have 3,681.
Mm-hmm.
And in normal camera, I have 6,541.
So we're about even.
So I've got a few. And I've got too many videos and my storage is full. But
Wait, so you have a Samsung 10 with 128, I think, the minimum? Or do you have the smaller one? These are
smaller one, I think.
64, maybe?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
So I was going to say, how the fuck are you filling that up?
I have
But
2,259
you can put an micro SD card
I
in
screenshots.
have one.
Put a terabyte micro SD card in there.
It does make me curious because I...
I have 138
138 what?
screenshots.
Well, okay, the reason I have so many
466
thousands...
videos.
I have so many screenshots because I have my Neopet group.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm on my phone, I constantly take screenshots of people doing the wrong thing and put it in the admin chat.
Yep.
So a lot of them can be deleted. Like, a lot of them.
Yeah, I've got.
Like,
I've got
I'd say
clean
half
mine.
of mine are just mistakenly pressing
Screenshot.
screenshot button.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I delete them straight away because I'm sick of
I
them.
just leave
Yeah,
them.
that's me too. Like,
That's the
sometimes you go
proactive
to
way,
scroll.
but the ADHD way is to leave it there forever.
And then one
And
day
then
you go through it,
and be like, oh, it's satisfying.
Yeah.
looking at all your OnlyFans screenshots, you little fuck.
I'll save this for later.
I can't find any statistics
I don't know if
on
that's how it works.
male
Yeah.
content creators.
I know that the bulk of male OnlyFans people I've seen have been gay, but I don't think that it's boomed as much as
bulk.
the female
Do you
has.
I think there's literally a handful of probably straight.
Oh, yeah.
I can find some articles saying that straight guys are doing it just for gay men.
Yeah,
just
that's
because
a-
they're making money out of it.
Right? Yeah,
Gay
it's
for
such
pay.
a kink. Yeah. Like, imagine
That's
that.
actually-
You're actively
Men can
like,
finally take back the power.
oh, what a relief. Look, I don't know, man.
Fuck off! Look at the statistics.
All
Look at
right.
that shit.
All right.
Let's bring down this matriarchy.
Next thing that I'm going to talk about quickly is you guys, I assume, are not dick pic senders.
No,
Never sent a dick pic to someone?
It's not a camera big enough.
Okay. Yeah, I hate when that's the problem. You got to send it in 3 separate photos.
And stitch it
Make a
together.
collage.
A panoramic.
What she was saying just reminds me of Red Dwarf.
Oh, right, seriously,
A
this is a health
dwarf.
issue.
So there's an episode of Red Dwarf when the robot, I can't remember his name, The
Bender?
robot. Sorry?
Bender?
No, in Red Dwarf.
Oh, Red Dwarf. I
Uh,
thought you said Futurama. I swear.
Crichton
Okay.
gives himself a penis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he becomes a male and he gets a penis. And he's taking snapshots of it. And he goes up to Lister and goes, "Is this normal?" And brings out 3 different Polaroids.
Oh my God.
It's like the one thing. It's a great episode.
So a girl was like, "I'm happily in a relationship. I'm in a relationship.
That's a
I keep
sex
getting
toy.
sent dick pics. I know I
From
want
other
one.
sheep.
I nearly bought one for Kane once.
A dick pic.
No, an inflatable sheep.
Ah,
Anyway,
it's worse.
it's a fuckable inflatable sheep. You
Wow.
prude. So this girl basically is like, I keep getting sent dick pics from people. What I am wondering is, I told this guy, do not send me dick pics. I'm in a relationship. I'll block you.
Who thinks it's okay to just send
Here's the
people
problem.
that don't want your
A
pictures?
girl can send a picture of like her boob or genitals or something to a guy, and the guy is like, "Where can we meet? I will give you the world." Okay. And for some reason in their heads, they're like, "You know what? I'm horny. I feel like if I show my bulbous purple blob to a woman, she will just be all over
Okay, I don't
it,
know
right?"
who's
Kind
been
of
sending
fucking
you.
dick pics.
Whoever's been sending you pics needs to see a doctor.
I've told them. But you just like, for some reason they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna really like rile this bitch up. Here's my penis." And the girls are always like, "Sweet baby Jesus, was that necessary?" We can't see a naked male just casually in the middle of our day and be like, "Ooh, hot." Whereas a guy can see any part of a female naked during the day and just be like, "Whoosh, think about sex now." So I love that they're still trying, you know, that can-do attitude where it's like, if I send my penis to 50 women, surely one of them is going to marry me. You know, that kind of feeling.
Oh, it's like dick fishing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Fishing for dick.
You send your dick out there, and then like you reel back the one that takes the bite.
Yeah. And it's always a blobfish.
It's just so
Blobfish?
weird.
Have you seen blobfish?
You're saying it's only the ugly chicks that are responding
that's
to
what I
dick
was gonna
pics?
say.
Look.
We know what the blobfish is.
I'm not going to out my
I know the
kind.
blobfish.
Everyone knows the blobfish.
Look, so
Very
this
fuckable.
girl basically says, I told him not to. He sent them anyway. What I would like to know is now, is it morally wrong for me to sell these pictures to other people online? And everyone's like,
Well, you own them.
what? And she's like,
Well-
well, they were sent against my will. I want to know if I can now sell them to people
No.
for
You,
money.
you didn't block this person, so you willingly received it.
Look. Anyway, people were like,
You
what
put yourself
the...
out there.
People were trying to explain to this girl, no, you cannot take someone's nudes without their permission and sell them. And she's like, yeah, but they were sent to me. And also, people were like, there's no market for it. Who are you selling these weird dick pics
That is the
to?
bigger issue, really.
And she's like, I'm sure I'd find somewhere. And they're like, nah, bitch, you wouldn't. Guys are sending these out for free every day. There's no market. So anyway, so she argued back and forth, and people just kept saying, okay,
Inflation has just fucked the system.
inflation. But
You idiot.
Took him a while.
look, she literally didn't think she was doing anything wrong. And then people said, what if you had sent nudes to someone, then broke up with them, and they're like, I'm going to sell these because they
That's
got sent to
actually
me.
like a problem online, isn't it? Was
Yep.
it revenge porn?
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's,
Highly illegal.
And she goes, yeah, but it's a bit different, isn't it?
It's different if you're selling them and not just giving them out to people.
Yeah, like if you're just giving them out to people, you're like a dirty Santa Claus. But if you're selling them, then you're scum,
No, you're an entrepreneur.
a slutpreneur.
A slutrepreneur.
Oh, wait, then if you send someone nude pics of yourself and they show someone else, is that not illegal?
Technically, I think in a few states in America, it's getting towards being illegal or something.
I honestly don't think it should be. If you've given someone a photo, that should come with all implicit ownership.
Okay, what
If
about...
you send a clause that says, you do not own this,
You have to sign a
I've
contract.
just shared it with you temporarily. Please delete it after you've viewed. Thank you kindly. Then, alright, you can't sell it.
It's got like the watermark splash over.
Yeah, if it's got a watermark on it, you better not be selling that shit.
Oh,
So-
you should trademark all your pictures that
What
you ever send to
about
anyone.
people who send nudes to someone and then break up? Should the person delete the nudes?
They own them.
They shouldn't have sent the nudes in the
If
first
you're talking
place.
about from a moral perspective,
Yeah.
then it comes down to the next partner they're with if they don't like them having nudes of their exes.
Yeah, I guess that's
But,
the thing.
like, really, it's up to the guy if he even cares to have them anymore.
So then what if the girl says, hey, I see you've got a new partner. I've also got a new partner. Would you mind deleting the nudes you have of me?
Oh, they can ask.
But you don't think it's bad if they say no?
If you've given them to someone, I feel like they own them. Legally, I don't know if that's the case. Legally, someone may own a picture when it comes to nude selfies. Potentially, the law is on the original creator's side, regardless if you've given it to someone. So I don't know. I'm not saying that legally this is how it is. But I feel like if someone's willingly given you a photo, you now own the copy of the photo.
But then is it not weird to keep photos of exes if you've both moved on? Like, what do you need them for?
Why do you
Because-
keep photos of anything?
No, but I just
This is
mean...
the argument I was trying
Here's
to
the
make.
thing. You've got nudes of your ex, or you've got videos of you guys having sex or something. You're in a new relationship, so it's like you already know that you're probably not going to jerk off to them without pissing off your current partner, right? You can't really do anything with them. So then, other than like weird collector purposes, what do you need them for?
Why do you need any photos that you keep?
Memories, holiday
Memories.
photos, social media.
What the fuck?
But I guess I've never understood the desire.
Like,
to
I don't
try
have
and-
any... Like, I've been with Amy for a very long time. Way before people
had
were
phones
really
took
had,
nudes
like,
and-
decent
yeah,
photos
yeah.
for selfies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I'm not... Don't have any from any other chicks because no one had phones that had cameras on them
Yeah, yeah.
before then. But I can't see why, like, you couldn't keep it if you wanted. I probably wouldn't because then it would be in my fucking camera feed, and that's weird. And I wouldn't go to the effort to hide it because I'm lazy. So it's just easier to delete something.
What about you? You used to have orange hair. You've got nudes from women all over the world. Everyone loves anime characters.
Any nudes I got, I just deleted straight away.
Yeah, see? A man of honor.
He deleted them straight away. Would you not be insulted?
You open them, you're like, oh.
You like delete them straight away from the current partner.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. He's deleted them straight away. It's like one look. He's his own Snapchat. He's just like
He's like, naked, yes. Boop.
deleted.
If I'm with them at the time, then I get to see it anyway.
Yeah,
I don't need
it's
the
in my
photo.
mi- Yeah, you have a memory.
No, I don't.
Not all of us
Yeah.
have a memory.
I don't have a memory. But
If I don't look, I don't remember what she looks like. Nah.
that's just sad.
every
Looking
time you guys get intimate, you're like, wow. And she's like, I love you.
Pleasantly
This is
surprised.
great.
Always.
I was just more thinking he doesn't remember what she looks like. Every time he gets home, it's a new person.
Probably. Sees the wedding photos and is like, wow.
I'm married.
Is that who I married?
Who photoshopped this?
Hey, you never did answer Aaron's question.
Wait,
No, I
which
see
one
the
was
photos. I'm like, you're older than your picture. You're catfishing me.
it? What was the question?
Why do you need, like, it's weird to have them, but why do you need any photos?
I guess the only thing comes down to, like, I guess morals for me, because I don't think it's weird to go on a holiday and keep holiday photos, but I do think it's weird to have someone that you used to be intimate with and keep their photos.
What if your
There's a difference
photos
between the
were on
type of
holiday
photos.
with them?
What do you mean?
You're like deleted.
If
You're
it's
like, this is when I climbed fucking Mount Everest with my ex.
Well, that's why a lot of people go to the Photoshop groups and have them removed.
Are you kidding? That is
So
stupid.
then
No,
you're
see,
changing the memory.
That's different though. Like if it's a standard photo of the person clothed, I'd keep the photo.
Yeah.
If they're naked, I'd just delete it.
But I guess, like...
What if
What if
you're
they're
naked,
naked
on Mount Everest?
Then you deserve to be dead.
Just damn.
Hypothermia. You're blue as fuck.
Blue balls, blue body.
Inverted penis because it's fucking minus 50.
I don't
When I used to
know.
be a woman.
Like, okay, I know that there are a lot of people who keep photos of their exes, right? So, like, here's where we went on holiday. Here we are just chilling in the lounge room. And they keep it because they're like... Yeah, they're like, it's a part of my life. I like to keep it. Whereas there's, I guess, probably close to an equal amount of people that are like, I don't want to remember that anymore. Like, I have no need for it. So, I
It's
went...
so stupid. Like, you don't know what's going to happen in your life. Your partner may die. Your current partner may die or something.
out,
and
Amy.
you're gonna find yourself at 60 and you're alone, and you've got all these photos to remember your life
All
by.
these dirty
but
photos.
now all you have is nothing because you
wanna-
deleted them all.
Is
So
it-
you don't remember any of your life because you got Alzheimer's.
Is it
Now
going to be
what?
better,
Now
Aaron?
what?
Okay, so you basically get old, live alone. You're so fucking sad and lonely. You know what'll make me feel better? Photos of everyone that left me, divorced me, cheated on me,
Yeah.
died in a tragic boating accident. Oh, happy
It
memories.
depends on your view. If you can appreciate the happy times of a relationship, be it like a intimate
Yeah.
relationship or a friendship that's no longer a friend, and you can still appreciate the good times,
Yeah.
then why not? Like,
That's what the photo's for. You don't take the photo where they were beating you.
I know, that's
Like,
what I'm thinking. Like, is there,
You're like,
are
there's
people
us
that actually
after the
have
fight.
bad memory photos where you're like, man, this is a bad time.
Wasn't this
Glad I got
just
this.
about nudes to start with?
Oh, it's everything.
It's everything now.
It's everything.
See,
Catching them with
see
a
these
selfie when you're
these
getting beaten.
these photos you guys are now talking about, where you just in a relationship, they're fine to keep because they are memories.
Yeah.
But no, that's just because you see them as different, whereas other people don't.
Yeah, so like there are partners I've heard that don't like their new partner keeping photos
Any.
that have any of their exes
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah, Rachel
Yeah.
doesn't like that.
That's
But-
stupid. It makes no. How
That-
insecure do you have to be to not allow your partner to
have a
keep
past.
memories and have a history?
Yeah,
Like, my
Rachel,
God.
Rachel used to be like that, but
Maybe we're sensitive to it
different.
because we don't have great memories, so we really understand. Well, it's like I would like to see what I don't remember a lot of my
Yeah.
past at all. And some people be like, "Well, that's great. You don't have to remember your past relationships." It's like, well, they what defined me, but
Yeah.
I would like to remember,
But I guess
some
that's
things.
the difference. Like, I think about, my big breakup. We were together for 8 years, and I went through and systematically deleted everything I had. I deleted photos of us, photos where you could see his hand, like anything.
that's just females.
No,
Logic.
but-
Like, look, if it was a super bad breakup, as in he beat you
Mm-hmm.
or raped you, or like
So it's a
something
trigger
traumatic,
warning.
Yeah, if it's a trigger for a traumatic, not
Yeah.
just like unpleasant memory, but a traumatic memory.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
that's
wipe
probably for the best. You're probably better health-wise in removing them or giving them to someone else until you're in a place that you can look at them again.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, he was such a dick, don't delete them because you're annoyed at him now. In 10 or 20 years, you're not going to care that he was a dick. You're just going to appreciate that you've still got photos of your past.
I guess it's interesting, and I wish that we could ask a big range of people, I guess, because for me, I sat there and there were a few photos where I was like, oh, maybe I should keep these ones. They were good times, like early times in the relationship, or we went and did this fun thing, really fun, like I should keep those. And then I realized that if I forget about those 8 years, I don't care. And I think that's where it is for me, at least with that. Like I've got photos of old friends that I don't speak to, and I think I have my first ever boyfriend creature on Facebook still.
Boyfriend creature.
Yeah, that was a weird time for me. But yeah, with this particular ex, I just realized that even if I end up barely remembering anything about it, I was like, oh, I actually
but you
think I don't care.
now. You don't care now.
Yeah.
But you don't know how you're going to feel in 20 years. In 20 years, you're just going to see that as like young and stupid.
The thing is, like, if I saw him now at the shops or whatever, like, I'm pretty chill about it. I don't,
Hide.
the way that things ended were bad.
Jump behind a
But
Jump into the vegan aisle.
having
Oh no, they're vegan.
having the messy breakup, I guess, it's kind of like, for a while there, I was like, wow, like, fuck this person. I better never see them. Like, I'll be so angry. And then it was kind of like, you know what? We both made a lot of mistakes in 8 years. It was fucked up. Like, it is what it is. We're both in happy, healthy relationships now. Like, I wish him well, but I don't need to look
I hope
at...
he dies. No, I'm joking.
But I don't need to look at photos of us together.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. Like, I did feel guilty, though, because he was someone who basically never had his photo taken until I came along. And I had so many photos of him basically from, 8 years. That's a long time. So you saw him, like, age and change and grow up, and I was like, oh, I feel bad. Like, I've got all these photos on my Facebook and stuff, and I'm sure his family would want them. And then I was looking at them, I'm like, oh, well, they've had 8 years to download them. Delete, 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 delete. So, but to be fair, I had given his family a bunch of nice photos of him before. And
Okay.
yeah, so I was like, you know what? If you guys want these photos, you guys can have them.
Yeah.
I don't need them. I'll probably do a sacrificial burning and some sort of witchcraft. It's probably better that I don't have them, but I
When
don't
you
know.
developed actual photos. Oh, wait, I suppose it was back in a time when we still kind of developed photos.
Yeah. I guess I would like to somehow put up, maybe on Reddit or maybe in one of my girl groups, and I will just say, what percentage of you, like, who keeps photos, who deletes them, and who feels weird about their partner keeping things?
I just find it like there are a lot of people that don't find their forever husband or wife until late in their life.
Yes.
How sad is it that they have no pictures, basically? Like, they have so few pictures.
And I can understand it. Like, when I talk to my grandparents,
Sad.
and they're like, man, I wish I had photos of me and, like, my first boyfriend from when I was young, but we didn't have cameras back then.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that is kind of sad, like, that you do want to remember what they
Yeah.
look like.
Wouldn't
'cause
you like to see
don't-
it?
Yeah, I would. But I guess I think about, like, 30 years from now, if we ever rent to buy some kids, and they're like, oh, what did you guys look like when you were younger? And we're just like, no, don't worry about it, man. They're like, can I see your old Facebook? No, don't kids.
Did you
don't
Just
need
off
to
the
see it.
Facebook account?
Did you just say rent to buy kids?
Yeah, we're gonna foster to adopt, if anything. So I call it rent to buy, but I won't do that when we put in the application.
Wow.
We'll have to delete this podcast before you
Wow.
We'll have to delete everything we've ever uploaded before we try and get kids.
Yeah.
We're like, we are functional, healthy adults, and they're like, what's this podcast? And we're like, oh no.
That's not me.
They take our pets off of us and our driver's licenses.
Cut your driver's license up. You're
Wait,
not
wait.
even allowed to use the road. Just so
Wait,
disgusting.
so the poll you were just saying.
Yes.
What were the 3 choices?
So I'm basically going to say, do you keep photos of past relationships or not? How do you feel about your partner keeping photos? And basically, like...
That's not a poll.
No, I don't know. And I also want to
Yeah.
ask, like...
Just put a poll up, yes or no.
You put a tick in the, how do I feel about my partner keeping things? You're like, tick.
angry face. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna make some sort of a poll, and I will come back to everyone with
Is
news.
it a power poll?
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. This is a quicker one. This is, if your partner cheats on you, male or female, right? Why are you always angry at the person that they cheat on you with and not your partner?
I think I would be more angry at my partner than the person they cheated on me
course.
with.
The amount of girls who will out the girl that their partner hooked up with and not out their partner is insane. They will be like,
Well,
look out for this home-wrecking slut. Look how fucking disgusting and ugly and gross she is. She's been sleeping with my fiance even though I'm pregnant. And it's like, bitch, she doesn't know you. Your fiance fucking knows you. Like, why is it her problem?
Wouldn't it be outing them both in a sense?
Yeah, it is, but they're posting the girl's full pictures, name,
Nah.
profile, where they work. They're basically doxing them.
Like them through the window of
Yeah.
the house.
I don't know. I just... People will be like, stop defending these home wreckers. And it's like, but... Are you dating the girl or are you dating the guy that's fucking the girl
Yeah.
behind your
but
back?
if it wasn't for her, it never would have happened.
Look,
I-
you can be angry if it's like a friend of
Oh, yeah.
the couple.
Yeah. If it's like a mutual
Like if it's
friend.
someone that means something to you, yes, you can be
Yes.
angry at both of them. But if they don't mean anything to you, and they're not like you're not invested in them in any way,
Mm-hmm.
why are you angry at them?
I will never
They
understand.
they're not hurting you specifically.
Yeah.
You don't know them.
And the problem is, in their mind, they're like, yeah, I know he's got a partner, but all he ever talks about is how horrible and nasty and abusive she is and how he's so happy he met me, he can't wait to, like, run away together.
You don't even know the relationship between them.
Yeah.
For all you know, she doesn't even know he's got a partner.
Exactly. But that's the thing, like, the guy that's cheating will usually spin this big narrative and, like, manipulate everyone involved. And then the girls end up fighting each other, and the guy gets to keep one of them, and it's just like, it's so twisted.
Why not both?
He probably does keep both, let's be honest. But
So what's the question?
Sounds
Man,
like a lot of work.
Is the
having
question
two
all
women.
these girl groups you're in, they're all insane? The answer is
Yes.
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 Could
But
you
I guess
imagine
that's-
having 2 girlfriends? Fuck
It'd be
that.
too much of a pain in the ass.
One's enough.
It's hard being a girlfriend.
I don't have enough time for one.
So
know.
many angry thoughts.
You got the wife as
And my
well.
wife.
It's always so awkward when they're both at family events.
I know. Fucking hell.
Because one's your cousin. And
What the fuck?
Alright.
So what's the
Alright,
question?
alright.
Should you date your cousins?
Yes. No, look, okay. This
You're
this
disturbing.
was an am I the asshole? This was a girl saying that she's been seeing her boyfriend for 2 months and they're basically almost
So
doing
they're
it.
committed.
They've been doing it like through phone calls, through video calls and text because of corona, right? Her problem is every time she video calls or he video calls her, he is on the toilet taking a shit. And she's like, I've told him that I'm uncomfortable with it. I don't want to see him straining and hear the sounds and like hear him grunting. Why doesn't he wait until he's gone to the toilet and then call me? And she said,
That's when he's thinking the most. And he's like, what's going on in my life at the moment?
it's so bad.
I've got free
Like,
time.
I'm going to
I was
read
gonna
you
say
some
it's
of
probably
this.
because he's like, I'm doing nothing right now.
Yeah.
So she
You
said,
could do anything else.
she said, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like we're at that point in our relationship
No
yet.
one gets
Neither
to
do
that
I.
point.
Neither do I.
He says, I'm clearly being dramatic and crazy because when we move in together, obviously I'll see him poop. Can I just confirm, you guys, you watch your wife's shit?
No.
Daily.
No, but
No
do
one
they
just
watch
sits there
you?
and watch someone shit.
I think people do.
You're like,
They're
leave the
fucked
door
in the
open.
head.
Can you leave the door open? Me and the
worse,
cats want to
you're like-
watch.
You're taking a crap and it's like, I need to blow dry my hair, so I'm not going to wait for you to finish shitting. I'm going to come here and blow dry my hair or something. I'd just tell Amy to fuck off.
But that's what partners do. They're like, oh yeah, I need to brush my teeth. Do you mind? And they're like, the room is literally filled with my bowel.
I can't
With my
even,
bowel.
I can't take a crap if someone else is there, even if it's Amy. So that's like my worst nightmare is just like Amy just coming and doing her thing while I'm trying to crap. I just wipe my ass and leave.
Yeah, like
Just wouldn't wipe my
I
ass, I just
cannot.
I'd head straight to the shower.
I cannot.
That's in the same room.
Oh, well, then I head out the back, find the hose.
I can't pee if someone's near the door, right? I
Within
can't.
like 20 feet.
And it's so hard, like, going to public toilets and stuff, because I'm like, are people in here? I don't want them to hear me. How do I whisper pee? So, basically, the other
So
day,
peeing like for a guy because of urinals,
Yeah.
that forces you to address that.
you guys are holding hands and just...
Yeah, not really.
Aiming
Like
for
you're
things.
still you're not just like turning to them and pissing and like, hey, how you doing? No,
Everyone knows eyes forward.
eyes forward. And if there's an option to use the corner
Yeah.
and not stand next to the person,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Oh, you wait.
But taking a shit, some guys are fucking happy to talk to you while they're taking a shit. Like you're taking a piss and then someone will talk to you from the toilet. I'm not one of those guys. I don't like those people.
What are they saying? Hey, man,
Just-
sounds like a thick stream. Like, what
Just
are they...
random shit.
It's like a,
Especially if it's like
Taking a
like
shit, talking
if you're
random
in the
shit.
city or something.
Yeah, I've gone on
my
something
God,
like that.
Talkers in the toilet.
Really?
Yes. Fuck
I'm
off.
glad I don't go out, hey. Anyway, he's angry at her because she's like, please stop calling me while you're shitting. And he's like, he's basically saying that she's being completely retarded and that they're obviously going to move in together eventually and she's going to see him shit all the time. So she needs to get over
Nah, I'd be
it.
concerned if someone's like,
He
"I'll
needs
move
to
in
find-
with you after 2 months.
He
And-
needs to find a partner that can handle it then.
Right? And then she's like,
It's 2 months.
2 months, right? It's fucking
I know,
nothing.
let it go.
They
It's
haven't,
honeymoon
they haven't
period.
even hung
Oh,
out
right.
in person properly. And she goes, I think I might be the asshole. I know it's normal for people in a relationship to talk on the phone while pooping. And
No,
it's
it's not.
true that
It's
once
not.
we live together, I'll see and hear it. And I'm like, no, the fuck you won't.
Like, okay, I have called Amy while on the toilet, but I stop
What?
all actions.
What?
I don't.
All
to-
movements of the bowels cease.
Like if Amy messages me, can you call me? I'm not going to be like, wipe my ass, get up,
Actually,
go
what-
call her, and then go back to the
Couldn't
toilet
you
to
just
finish what I was
wait?
doing. It depends.
why do you
how
take- you-
long you're going to be?
Why do you take your
or
phone
how
into the
urgent
toilet?
It is. Sorry.
What do you take your phone into the toilet for?
This is a whole
What?
different
Until I-
conversation.
My phone is with me everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go, my phone's with me.
See, if I'm at home, my phone sits in front of my computer and that's it.
Well, that's no longer a mobile phone.
Unless
Yeah,
it
I
rings,
know.
I don't pick it up.
It's
Yeah, I
still
don't unplug it
mobile.
from the power while I'm at home.
It's a cord phone.
It's Gordon both.
But
So
yeah,
it's charging.
like the way I see it is, if I'm at home, if I want to use the net, I've got my laptop. If I'm playing games, it's not on my
Take
phone.
my fucking iPad into the toilet.
See, I don't
Read
take
manga.
things. That's just weird, taking your devices like that into the phone, into the toilet.
I'm bored. Bored shitless.
Literally.
Look, tell her to leave that guy. He's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that he made her feel like she was being abnormal, and she's like, shit, I guess, yeah, we are going to live together and I'll have to watch
He's
you every
probably
day.
embarrassed as well.
No.
that No. You would be embarrassed that someone didn't like
Watching
that you had
poop.
done. Not watching. You're FaceTiming them while you're taking
Yeah,
a shit?
yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah, he was FaceTiming
That's
her.
unnecessary.
No, but that's what it's about. She said that he FaceTimes her. And
Why
and-
FaceTime?
And so it's him
Just
going...
Why are you FaceTiming anyone besides if you need to show them something?
Ever. Just
He's
ever.
like, I have to show you something. Hey, look at that back there. Look, that was just
Oh,
a
look,
quick...
wiped. It came out clean. You like FaceTime them.
He's
like, I can't
FaceTiming and he goes,
understand.
how many wipes till it's clean? Wanna bet? Like...
Like, oh my god.
That's some relationship they have.
You guys are fucking weird.
Like, I'll FaceTime Amy if I'm like, which one was I supposed to buy in the shops? I'm like, just tell me which
I
one.
don't even
it
do
is.
it then. I'll take pictures and wait. And
Yeah.
they get angry. They take a long time.
So,
I've been here for like 4 hours waiting for you to reply to my message.
this
No,
is...
if they don't reply within like 10
Oh
seconds,
yeah,
they leave.
they don't get long. This is the last one that I have saved because it's something. It started out very lighthearted and it ends very dark. So I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it out loud because it's fucking long. So I'm going
You know,
to
I'm
kind
not
of...
going to read it out loud. We're just going to talk about the idea of it.
No, listen.
You're going to read that quietly.
I'm going to read it out so quiet. Welcome to my ASMR.
No.
Okay. In college, this girl moved in with her boyfriend and lived in a dorm or an apartment or whatever the fuck it was, okay? And she brought her cat with her. Then the guy's brother came to live with them and
Oh,
he
this one.
brought a dog. And after a while of living together, she noticed that every couple of days she would go up to her and her boyfriend's room and something in her room would be peed on. And she's like, I'm pretty sure it's not my cat. He's never peed on anything in his life. Like, he's really good. He's desexed and trained and everything. But something is peeing on my belongings. So she kept saying to the brother, I think your dog is coming upstairs and peeing in our room. And he's like, no, my dog would never. You guys are demented. It's your cat, clearly, right? So this went back and
They
forth.
clearly have different smells.
They
but
were
alright.
suggesting like rehoming an animal and doing different things, and it didn't really work out. And then one day she's like, I swear it doesn't even smell like animal urine. It smells like human urine. And she's like, I'm going to set up a hidden camera. So she sets up a hidden camera, and lo and behold, her boyfriend's brother is coming into their room and pissing on her clothes. Okay? Which obviously is very confronting. She showed her partner. He was like, what in the fuck? They kicked out the brother, and that was that, right? After
So
that...
let me just get this clear, Kane. That's an issue.
And thus, we are here now doing the podcast.
So
need you to
after the incident, the brother never apologized to her, okay?
Sounds like a
So he apparently
I
spoke...
apologize.
He spoke...
Wait a sec. You pee on people's clothes?
He spoke to the brother, and the brother apparently apologized and said, yeah, sorry about that. It was like a momentary lapse in judgment. I'll never do it again.
Momentarily all the time.
And then they spoke to the brother's mum, and she paid for him to go to therapy for 3 years to get help for
She's
it
like,
because...
it all makes sense.
So, years later, they get married, and the brother, despite the bride not wanting anything to do with him, ends up being the best man at the mother-in-law's insistence, basically. And so she felt very uncomfortable all day. He'd still never apologized to her. It had created a bit of a weird
Didn't
divide.
you just say he apologized?
No, he apologized to his brother, supposedly, and said sorry for pissing on your girlfriend's stuff. And apparently he had also told his mum that in therapy they'd had a good talk about it and that he realized he was wrong and blah, 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 right? So they get
It's
married.
not hard to realize that, but
Years later, and just for context, the brother basically follows the brother and the wife around. Like, he visits them all the time. He wants to see them all the time. He got into the same line as work so he could work with the brother. Like, the brother's his best friend, and they are brothers in a family of 10. So it's the
okay.
2 parents and 10 boys.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Too many.
So
Too
the
many
brother
boys,
that
too many
peed,
siblings.
the brother that
Just too many
peed on the
people.
stuff is the youngest brother, and then there's a bunch of others. So it's so many years later, and basically the brother contacts them and says, hey, I want to come and stay with you and your wife for a while. I've got a job opportunity I
Does
want to
it
look
again.
into where you are. Can I come and stay with you? And the brother's like, yeah, that sounds fine. I'll talk to my wife. And at this point he has a cat, right? So the wife is like, no, he can't come and live with us. Are you on crack? Like, no, he pissed on my stuff. And he's like, yeah, but that was a long time ago and he's sorry. And she's like, well, he's never talked to me about it. He's just pretended nothing ever
I
happened.
just want to say, if you'd pissed on my stuff, was it did I think it's the
I know.
one time?
Despite
No,
the
it was
like
dozens.
the whole breaking, like going into someone's room and even touching their stuff, you've just you've just dirtied.
Right.
Even if it's not piss, even if you just took some dirt from the floor and threw it on my clothes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be annoyed.
Like,
Like,
for
that's-
years.
Yeah, like,
she's-
already really angry.
It will forever be a joke, and even then, that's if I've slightly gotten over
When
it.
she thought it was an animal doing it, she would just wash them all the time
Yeah.
and clean the floor and stuff. But once she found out what it actually was, there was a bunch of stuff she ended up throwing out, and it had basically ruined a few pairs of shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
So he asked to move in. She said, fuck no. Her husband was like, but why? He's my family. Why can't he live with us? And she's like, don't you remember what he did? And he's like, yeah, he got over it, blah, 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 right? So they end up basically all...
Like, to be fair, it could be considered like a psychological
Yeah.
issue.
and he could have
it's a
worked on
mental
it in
health thing.
therapy, you know?
He potentially has, and he did seek help. Like, you can see the brother's perspective, but I also see her being uncomfortable with it, especially if he's never actually apologized to her.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he'd apologized to her in the past and explained that he had
He was
seeked-
in a bad place or mentally not
like-
sound.
Yeah,
Or even just said, like, I talked through it with my therapist. I've realised I wasn't in a good headspace. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
What a
like-
fucked up thing to do.
Right.
But it was none of that.
He's not
So-
normal, right? Do we
Well,
have any information that he's clearly not a normal person?
Just that he was clingy and that the brother was basically his best friend. So when she basically says no, but she says, I'm happy to look after his cat. So his cat can come and stay here, but he can't. And apparently the husband's side of the family were all contacting her and saying, you're so cruel. Why would you try and separate him and his cat? Just let him come and stay with you. The pee thing wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad?
And just told her to get over it, right? So as this progresses, she posts to Reddit and asks for advice and says, I just don't know what to do. Reddit is like, Jesus fucking Christ, why was your husband standing up for his brother and having him as the best man and making you spend a day with him when he never apologized to you and he knows that you don't like the guy? Why is your mother-in-law meddling and forcing the brother-in-law on you guys all the time? Like, his family is fucked up. You shouldn't be in this situation. So she basically comes back for an update days later or a week later, and she goes, everything took a turn. I don't even know how to explain this to you guys. I'll try. And just says, showed my husband the Reddit post, and he broke down crying and realized that he never looked at it from my perspective at all. He was so caught up in trying to, like, not create drama for his family. And he said that that's how it's been their whole lives. You don't create conflict. And so they end up finding out that the 3 years that the mother-in-law was paying for therapy, he never went. He lied.
Oh, shit.
He was keeping the money and just living his pissy life. And so that was a huge red flag for them, because not only did they lie about therapy, so they never saw a professional for it, they also stole money from the mother-in-law. And then on top of that, they told
They?
everyone, well, the mother-in-law found out and never told anyone.
Ah.
So it became this whole thing of like, why are you protecting him? He never got real medical help. The mother-in-law is like, yeah, but I've forgiven my sons for worse than this. Like, it's not a big deal. He said he was sorry. The woman that had her stuff violated basically finds out that the whole family has been told different versions of the story. They got told that he peed on her stuff like once or twice and that he apologized to her properly and that everything was fine. And she's like, no, he peed on my stuff for months. I've got video footage of it. He never apologized to me. What the fuck, basically. So the husband is like, I'm
Even
going
if it
to...
just pissed on the floor, I'd be pissed. Even if it wasn't in my room,
Mm-hmm.
just in the lounge room on the floor, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Next to the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you gotta see someone, man. Like, you're
Right?
not right in the head.
So the brother basically goes, okay, I'm going to go and talk to my brother in person. I'm going to take a couple of our brothers with me. He needs to realize that we can't keep looking after him. He can't be so attached to me. He needs to find different accommodation, right? So in trying to organize that, they go to the brother's house. He leaves the wife at home and she wants to go with him to, like, I guess, make sure everything goes smoothly. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. You stay home. And so
He comes back with the brother.
They-
Living with him.
So they get to the brother's house and they can't find him. Then they end up talking to the mum and she's like, you're blowing everything out of proportion. He's fine. He
committed
just wants
suicide.
to come and live with you. The wife is getting ready to drive up and meet her husband and she's ringing him like, I'm going to come up there. I don't feel right about this. Like, I want to come up there and be with you. She's in the car on the way there when a delivery arrives at her house and a neighbor grabs it for her and says, hey, you've got a beautiful flower delivery. And it's a huge bunch of flowers from the brother. And it says, basically, I saw your online post about me. Everything that comes to you from here on out is your fault. And it's like a huge bunch of sunflowers. And she's like, what the fuck? So she pulls over and has a panic attack.
Pissed on.
Probably. She tells her neighbor to throw them out, but to take photos of everything first. And then, yeah, she's like, I'm going to my husband. So the husband and the brothers get to the house and they said that they get in the door and it reeks like piss in the house, right? The whole house. And they're like, what is that? Where is that smell coming from? And they go into the bathroom and the entire bathroom is covered in photos of the wife, covered in urine and cum. Photos taken from family albums that went missing over the years, photos that he has taken, photos from her social media, just covered in urine and semen.
Where's the bad turn of events?
So obviously
Like, when
everyone
does this get weird?
walks in and just goes, oh my fucking God, what the hell? Not only that, this is the sad part. They find his cat also covered in piss and cum.
Oh my god.
Starved, malnourished.
This is where I started to not believe the story.
They take it to the vet. It had to be put down. I don't know. Like,
What?
to be fair, it might have been the fact
I
that it
would've
just
wanted to
lives
be
in a
put-
piss
put
and cum
down too.
house.
No, but I mean, this sounds like a movie plot.
Some ew.
It does sound like a movie plot.
Anyway,
Not a good one.
so
That's
then
good.
while they're
It's
looking,
like the Human Centipede level of shit.
maybe it would make a good movie. Actually, they're looking at all the
Probably is
photos
one.
and they realize that the eldest brother, he has a young daughter who's like 10 or 13 or something, and her picture is also on the
Oh my
wall
God.
covered in stuff. So he goes and beats his brother nearly to death.
Fucking hell.
He gets taken to hospital, treated for a beating,
Yeah.
and again, like
For a
he
beating.
gets put in a psychiatric unit.
Yeah.
And basically, the wife at the center of all of this is now like the whole family is torn apart and just completely shaken up by this. I can't believe that, you know, because basically before Corona, he seemed relatively normal, right? Like they had regular contact with him. The cat was healthy and looked after. When Corona hit, his only contact that he normally has is the brother and the wife. So he was just basically completely isolated and they think he snapped. But yeah, she just said, I personally don't want to ever have a relationship with my mother-in-law ever again. She knew that he was completely unhinged, that he'd lied about therapy, that he was being really
Well, she
creepy.
didn't know that he was completely
no.
unhinged.
No,
she
but
knew he lied.
The mother-in-law is blaming the husband and wife and saying, you were his best friends and you cut him out. What was he supposed to do? And it's like,
What was
probably...
he supposed to do but come on the cat?
I mean, yeah.
I was
So
going to say, if it's Corona that made him snap, they didn't cut him out. They had no choice but not go to see
Yep.
him.
Right.
yeah, so
Like, ultimately, the mother is just...
an enabler.
No,
Yeah.
she's just upset that she didn't help him when she could have.
Yeah,
And
and
she's
I think
lashing
that's
out
what it is.
because she feels guilty that she didn't push him to actually go and seek psychiatric help.
Her argument
Right?
for it,
And if that's not where it's coming from, and she actually believes that it's her son's fault, then she needs to see.
she believes
someone
that it's
too.
the fault of the son with the wife and also the son whose daughter was on the wall, because she said that growing up the older son used to pick on the younger son, and she said that basically what else did he expect?
So the mum needs to be put in the
Oh,
institution
and
as well.
she also argued, she said the photo of the daughter, like of the niece, was probably only there to piss him off. It probably wasn't as
Well,
as
he
important
was
as the wife
expecting
one.
everyone to see this.
No.
Then how is it to piss anyone off?
Exactly. Basically, he just set up a psychotic little cum lair, and the family happened upon it when they tried to go and talk to him.
Was it his house?
Yeah.
How'd they get into his house?
I think they just went in. Like,
That's
they wait.
the thing.
No.
How'd they get into his house? And you said he went and beat him up, even though he wasn't there.
No, they went the first time and he wasn't there, so they left and came back when his car was there. Then they went in, so I'm guessing the door was just unlocked, or he let them in. But you wouldn't think he'd let someone into your house.
Did they take pictures before leaving the fucking lair?
Yeah, but they're not posting it anywhere. It's a crime.
I'm telling you, someone.
I don't think it's a crime.
And I was going to say, with
I
the
think it's a crime
family.
against humanity.
with getting in, that's not like my family can get into my house whenever they want.
Yeah, like I can go to my nana's and get in,
Yeah.
like
Wow.
my dad's.
Oh,
I don't think I could get to Aaron's house.
some of my
break
family
your
have
window.
keys to the place.
Sorry?
Some of my family actually have keys to my place and stuff like that for
Maybe
for emergencies or if the kids are home
Maybe.
alone.
Amy's mum may still, but I think we got them back. Because sometimes we go away
Give
and we
people
have
your
people to
keys.
feed the dogs and stuff.
Mm.
It's possible she still has a key, but...
Can you
yeah.
imagine Aaron and Amy? Aaron and Amy go on a holiday, and we just put photos of them all over the bathroom and like spray it with something.
Oh, God.
You left us.
Aaron's never going to
gone.
ask you to feed the dogs ever again.
They're gone one night, and we just write like in lipstick, "You abandoned us." Like, just get really dramatic.
In
We'll-
our
we'll
house,
talk about
though.
it. Yeah, yeah. We change the locks.
Fucking hell.
We change out all your wedding photos for our wedding photos.
They're just taking your house from you there.
Squatters.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
Look, it's not a question story. This is one of the most, I guess, more intense Reddit stories
Outrageous.
I've seen. Where it started out as a woman asking for advice, like, do you think I'm being an asshole because I won't let the guy who pissed on my stuff come and live with us? And it turned into, holy Christ, he's probably going to jail. Yeah.
Well, he's not going to jail.
Well, no, he'll
Like,
get
he didn't
mental
actually
health.
do anything illegal unless
No.
the children's pictures
Well,
were naked.
He'll get done for animal abuse, like neglect.
yeah,
it's
But
America.
that's
It's probably
probably a
America.
slap on the wrist.
In
That's
America,
nothing.
he could probably get done for stalking you for all the photos.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It's family photos.
It's still classified as stalking if you have them there with cum all over
They
them.
could probably argue it. But I think he'll get
You
off.
get nothing.
But get off.
You get
So
off.
he got off multiple times.
I don't know. I just thought, like, can you imagine how... This is, like, taking a sad turn. But can you imagine how many mental health people are in Australia untreated? Probably not living in piss and cum, but, you know, living in some sort of weird little mental bubble. Just can't
I'm right
believe
here.
it. What? You're a mental bubble?
Kane's mentally untreated.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying.
Where this cunt get fucking developed photos?
You're like, this story is fake.
He took them. They said in there that a bunch of photo albums had gone missing from their parents' house, and that they found them cut to shit and glued all over the walls, which is where he got the photos of the niece and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder how he decides though. Like, all right,
Who's
I'm cutting out.
cum-worthy?
Yeah, I'm cutting out the family photos. Okay, you get pissed on, you get cum. You get pissed, you get cum. You get
You got to
boogers.
ration
Like,
it though, because you only got so much.
that's. I'd like to know how long it all took.
He's like super hydrated,
Like,
so he's always well armed.
have you guys seen that video of the guy that fills a jar with cum and puts a My Little Pony doll in it?
I think it'd evaporate before you filled it.
Yeah, it does evaporate and it turns kind of grey. I'll show you. Anyway,
I
It's
don't-
one of the most
I don't wanna
disgusting
see.
things I've ever seen.
like
please don't show us.
Kane looks at it and just gags, which I love. Revenge. But alright. My Little Pony cum jar.
I swear, you guys, every time I come here, you guys have got some of this
Every
most
time you
fucked up
come
shit.
here, oh Martin.
Wow, I'm leaving. Goodbye. I can't deal with you guys anymore.
Yes, you can.
You guys are disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're literally getting in your car tomorrow.
That's if they want to get in my
Should've said,
car.
We're literally coming in your car tomorrow.
Oh, here it is.
Why is there a My Little Pony in there? And the
'Cause
rings.
he wants
the
to-
rings are what do
yeah,
it for
the
me.
levels
I'm like, Jesus. It's receded.
Yeah. He left it on top of the radiator so it smelled.
On top
They
of the
did that on purpose.
No, I don't know. I think it was an
the
accident.
radiators, like cars have. What?
Oh, they have.
Oh,
the heat.
Americans. Yep.
Yeah.
They had their radiators. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so basically the levels went down because he accidentally left it on the heater.
That's what he says. He probably drank from it.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Accidentally, like, I'll go.
He's like, oops, this wasn't meant to be served warm.
Ooh, it's warm.
Look, this has been a journey. Has anyone got any points they'd like to make?
Any questions?
Look, I feel like this guy should have been forced to see someone when he could have been helped.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. How many hours a day do you dedicate to reading this bullshit when you could be doing other shit?
Guess it depends. A lot of these I'll just be casually scrolling through Facebook in the morning and I'll see them and then I'm like, ooh. Especially the ones that get updates.
And then
I
she
like
complains
updates.
that she's got no time to watch the movies she should have watched this week.
Oh, I had time. I just didn't have the will. No, I actually did want to watch it, but
pretty
unfortunately,
keen to watch
we've reached the final season of Supernatural, and every week we basically have to dodge spoilers where people are still trying to fuck up the last episode for us. So we decided to forfeit all other shows and movies and just watch Supernatural.
Couldn't you just forfeit social media for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
That's how long it's been taking us to watch Supernatural.
A couple of weeks.
15 seasons.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We've been watching it for months.
I've got to
So
season.
no social media for a couple months.
I've got to season
You'll
10
miss
within
us.
2 weeks.
Hmm?
Rachel and I got to
see.
season 10 within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but that's because you literally
Live Supernatural.
just sit down and do nothing else.
No, it's not.
There's no way you can watch that much. You
Yeah.
realize that, that's a season a day. Like, basically.
Uh,
You're probably like a
but
vet.
we
Yeah,
have.
that's only 2/3 of the awake hours.
I was going to say we have we have it running while we're doing other things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You probably play it and go about
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah. So and then depending on what room we're in, depending on what TV it's on.
Watch
So
is a strong
Yeah.
word. They have it playing in their house.
Well-
Okay, see, that's different.
you got to say, Supernatural. You don't need to watch the whole episode.
yeah, no shit.
You
You can-
put it on, you go out, you come home, and you're like, cool, where are we up to?
Season 4.
I know what I mean? I will say the last 3 seasons, though, it's way less filler.
Yeah.
It just
there's
feels like
not
it's
the little
mostly
filler
the
ones.
story that they're like.
I think they had to rush through the last few.
It's not rushed.
They
Same
probably
amount
didn't
of
get
time.
any permission for more seasons. They're like, we've got to just use all the story we got left.
They've been saving it all.
Because I know at the start of season 10 they do that stupid episode. The first episode is like some special where it's just a bunch of information about what's been going on for the last seasons and the making of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't really an episode. That was...
It was an episode on Prime.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we saw that and we were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, we skipped that one.
All right, look, before we end this and ourselves, why don't we quickly talk about, because this has been a clusterfuck already, loyal listeners, do you believe in ghosts? Because we are going to an undisclosed location at an undisclosed time that I already mentioned earlier. And we're basically going to look for ghosts.
Ghosts of OnlyFans content
So-
creators.
Ghosts of cum cats past.
Jesus.
Fucking weirdo.
So if any listeners in the next few hours after this is uploaded, if you'd like to give us a torch or spiritual
How
protection,
about,
Spiritual protection.
ghost condom.
just comment on any of the other things that were said. How do you feel about keeping photos of exes? How do you feel
Nah.
about coming on animals?
No, just if you would just please
You
talk
pro
about
coming on
ghosts
Or do you come in the animals?
Yeah.
On or in?
or
No other
the
options.
jars and then put the toys in there.
No, you gotta do the poll. Would you prefer to come on an animal or in an animal?
I'm not doing that as a poll.
You should. On
No.
your Neopet site.
Yeah, great. Actually, we've had a lot of furry hate in Neopets Nation.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
Neopets aren't
biggest
furry, they're
Neopet fan
pixels.
site. So people create fursonas where they role play as their anthropomorphic animal
Did you say
character.
fursona?
Yeah,
Oh god, I'm so upset.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I love putting words together.
So basically, a lot of people are like, furries are disgusting. Don't post your furry art here. We don't want to know that you want to fuck animals. And they're always like, that's literally
No,
not what the
I don't
kink
wanna fuck
is.
Animals. I want to fuck animal people.
Yeah, as an
So
animal
Aaron
person.
likes to fuck his horse people.
We know.
Yeah, horse people,
Yeah.
not horses.
But-
That's gross.
But the problem is, the part you want to fuck is actually the horse.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well,
Maybe it's
What if
the
you get it in
human heart.
reverse?
can you imagine it's a human woman with a horse head?
I don't know which one's worse.
Sexy.
Oh my god, you're
Quite
like,
a long face, baby.
you're trying to have sex and she's chewing on your hair?
Get on out.
I'm glad I can't picture things in my mind.
I'll draw it for you.
Oh, please don't.
It won't be good, but you'll get the idea. Look, I don't know. I just think that if you are listening, if you're a person that we don't know personally that listens, please comment literally anything. Do it anonymously. We just want to hear what you think of us and the topics we covered today.
She just wants to feel like that she's not doing this. She's doing this for a reason.
I just like to talk,
It's
man.
research for
If-
the podcast.
If literally, if we weren't uploading this and I was sitting here role playing, having a podcast, I'd still fucking do it. Like, the sound of my own voice, man. Ugh, great. Anyway,
That's a different topic.
that's a different
Kane,
subreddit.
can you just lock her up now? Somewhere in an institution somewhere else.
Well, end it.
End it.
And her.
Yeah, and her.
All right.
End them all.
Thank you for listening. We may or may not watch Tenet.
Oh, you better. You fucking better.
We'll get you and Aaron to watch it again, and we still won't watch it.
I just won't come. I'm on. Not fucking
You know,
kidding.
you won't come to that.
You guys, we're like, yeah, we watched it, guys. It was really cool. You rock up, and we're like, suckers.
You know I'll just leave.
Yeah, I know.
I'll fucking do it.
Look.
I'll just accidentally keep my car in reverse when I'm leaving this place.
All right, well, the next time you hear from us, not only will we probably be talking about Tenet, we will also tell you about our ghost hunting experience at the undisclosed location on the undisclosed day. All right.
No, put the knife down.
No, look, just bye.
Bye.